Good day. The study we are presenting today, titled The Diminishing Charm of Perya, The Shifting Preferences in Northern Samar, seeks to explore an important yet often overlooked facet of Filipino cultural life, the Perya. The Perya has historically played a crucial role in Philippine culture, not merely as a space of amusement, but as a reflection of community values and identity. Rooted in the Spanish-era religious fiestas, it evolved into a site of games, rites, and local performances, blending spirituality with spectacle. However, its cultural relevance has been waning, particularly among the youth, who increasingly favor digital entertainment. This paper investigates the causes and consequences of this shift in Northern Samar, aiming to assess how the erosion of such spaces affects Filipino cultural identity. This study aims to determine the factors on the diminishing appeal of traditional Perya as a form of entertainment and as a representation of cultural identity. Specifically, it seeks to examine how Perya influences social interactions and community bonding in Northern Samar, to identify the factors to the shift in terms of entertainment preferences, and to determine if the decline of Perya leads to loss of cultural identity.
So moving on to the review of related literature, this review synthesizes existing scholarship on traditional communal festivities, the shift in entertainment preferences, and their implications for cultural identity. It provides the foundation for understanding the diminishing charm of the Perya in Northern Samar and contextualizes the research within broader cultural and media studies. The Perya as cultural and social infrastructure. Traditional spaces like the Perya have historically served as a vibrant communal infrastructures for cultural expression, economic participation, and social interaction. Scholars such as Anderson and Turner emphasize the Perya's role in reinforcing local identity through inclusive celebrations tied to religious fiestas. These spaces enable intergenerational bonding and facilitate the oral and performative transmission of community values. Flores and De La Cruz further stress that the Perya functions as a unique cultural microcosm, merging entertainment with storytelling, music, and ritual, thereby solidifying its role in the formation of communal memory. In the Philippine context, the Perya embodies a symbolic intersection of leisure and tradition, especially in rural communities where access to commercial entertainment is limited. The literature also underscores its economic value. As Santos notes, it operates as a local microeconomy, supporting vendors and performers, while also invoking a collective nostalgia that strengthens social cohesion. Digital displacement and changing entertainment preferences. Despite its cultural significance, research indicates a marked shift in leisure consumption due to digital transformation. Gonzalez identifies the emergence of a digital leisure era, wherein smartphones, mobile games, and streaming platforms now dominate entertainment behaviors, particularly among youth. Bautista and Ramos argues that these technologies offer not only convenience but also redefinition of leisure as solitary, customizable, and image-driven. These changes parallel global patterns observed in other Southeast Asian countries, where traditional performances such as Likay in Thailand or Wayang Kulit in Indonesia struggle to maintain relevance amid digital and commercial competition. Moreover, Tomlinson and Cohen explore how globalization accelerates cultural homogenization, promoting Western-style amusement parks and entertainment models that displace indigenous forms. This mirrors local trends in the Philippines, where malls and theme parks have gradually eclipsed Perya as centers of leisure, often due to perceptions of safety, modernity, and social capital. Cultural commodification and the risk of cultural erosion. The decline of Perya also raises critical concerns about cultural erosion. Reyes and de Guzman warn that when traditional festivities fade, essential aspects of collective identity and memory may also be lost. Drawing from heritage studies, Villanueva links this trend to cultural commodification, where authenticity is sacrificed in favor of market-driven entertainment. This echoes Garcia's critique of nativism and state-endorsed cultural reductionism, wherein dominant languages and cultural forms are privileged over local expressions, thereby minoritizing regional identities. Additionally, Alampay highlights how Fourth Industrial Revolution has exacerbated this decline by embedding technology into everyday life, reducing the perceived value of traditional physical spaces. The tension between locality and globality is thus not merely technological but symbolic. The Perya becomes a contested site where the struggle for cultural relevance and continuity is played out. Theoretical lens, cultural omnivorousness. To analyze these dynamics, the study adopts cultural omnivorousness theory, originally articulated by Peterson and Kern, which describes how individuals increasingly engage with a wide range of cultural products, blurring boundaries between high and low culture. In post-colonial settings, this theory offers a useful lens for understanding how individuals may simultaneously engage with TikTok and Perya, not as contradictions, but as part of a hybrid cultural repertoire. As Garcia argues in his discussion of Philippine Anglophone literature, cultural practices in such settings are better understood not through binaries but through translation, negotiation, and multiplicity.
So, proceeding to the methodology, the study adopts a qualitative approach grounded in the framework of cultural omnivorousness theory, which interprets cultural consumption as increasingly hybrid and diverse. 15 participants across different age groups were purposefully selected from rural and semi-urban communities in Northern Samar. Data were collected through semi-structured interviews focusing on entertainment habits, perceptions of the Perya, and its cultural significance. So thematic analysis was employed to interpret the data, examining patterns in cultural consumption, nostalgia, and generational shifts.
Okay, so for the findings and discussion, the study surfaced 7 major themes, each illuminating aspect of the Perya's cultural transformation. First, Perya as a nostalgia and cultural memory, wherein participants associated Perya with joyful childhood memories and town fiestas, highlighting its symbolic role in Filipino communal life. Next, community bonding. The Perya was seen as an intergenerational gathering place, facilitating social cohesion. Next, the digital displacement, wherein the rise of social media and mobile games has reduced the need of physical gathering spaces, particularly for youth. Next, we have loss of real-life interaction, wherein the digital entertainment lacks the physical immediacy and communal joy of traditional fairs. And of course, the changing youth perception, wherein the Perya is increasingly perceived as outdated with younger generations preferring more curated aesthetic environments and cultural identity at risk, wherein participants view the Perya's decline as emblematic of a broader loss in cultural tradition and identity, and of course the revival through innovation, wherein suggestion included modernizing the Perya, integrating digital promotion, and reinforcing local government support. So these findings suggest a significant cultural shift wherein traditional forms must adapt to remain relevant in an increasingly digital and commodified leisure landscape.
In conclusion, the Perya once symbolized communal joy and cultural identity in Northern Samar. While modern entertainment has reshaped leisure preferences, the value of Perya persists in memory and meaning. Its decline points not only to a change in entertainment forms, but to a weakening of communal and cultural fabric. Preservation efforts must creatively combine tradition and innovation to keep this cultural form alive. For the recommendations, first, local government. Provide logistical and financial support. Integrate Perya into youth and cultural programs. Next, cultural institutions. Use schools and festivals to revitalize awareness and appreciation. Lastly, organizers. Employ social media to appeal to younger audience. Enhance visual and safety standards. Finally, this study has sought to illuminate the shifting entertainment preferences in Northern Samar and the resulting decline of the Perya as a cultural space. Beyond being a simple fairground, the Perya represents a shared heritage, a place where joy, tradition, and community intertwine. As digital media and modern leisure reshape the ways we connect and celebrate, we are reminded of the importance of safeguarding these traditional spaces that embody the collective identity of our communities. The Perya may be fading, but its story remains vital. It challenges us to reflect on what we value, what we risk losing, and how we might adapt in order to preserve the cultural threads that bind us together. May this study inspire further efforts to reimagine, revive, and sustain the Perya, not just as entertainment, but as a living expression of our Filipino identity.